Alright junglers, pay attention because we're getting closer to Season 6, shit keeps changing, and you need to be ready. We're gonna do this quick and dirty. It's time for patch notes for junglers for patch 5.24. Poppy got her rework, so she's not so much of a goddamn freak. She also doesn't have all that bullshit ult that makes her nearly invincible. So let's cover her new kit. Her passive occasionally lets you throw her buckler for basic attacks. If you pick it up, you get a shield. If they kill a unit when you hit them with the buckler, it comes right back to you and gives you the shield. Enemies can destroy the buckler by stepping on it. Poppy's Q dispenses some hammer justice that can hit twice if enemies are stuck inside its area. The Hammer Keeper's W gives bonus armor and MR passively and has an active that gives her bonus move speed and interrupts enemy dashes around her. Her E remains similar to a previous kit by tackling her opponents, and should they hit a terrain, it will briefly stun them. Finally, her ult is Keeper's Verdict, which has a channel of up to 4 seconds. When activating it again, Poppy smashes the ground, creates a shockwave, dealing physical damage around the first champion hit, and knocking them a large distance towards their spawn platform. To be honest, I'm not thoroughly convinced with Rito shipping her as a jungler, but what do I know? Foxdrop will play it anyway. Now let's get back to the shit that actually matters. Rift Herald now drops a relic for the team that slays it, and anyone on that team can pick it up. This means junglers can secure the objective without taking the buff. Mundo now has max damage to monsters on his Q and more evenly scaling percent health damage with rank. Also his E's health scaling now goes up with rank instead of flat and no longer works on structures. My Little Pony no longer ignores unit collision passively and instead does while his E is active. Kindred's ult has a longer cooldown at rank 1 but shorter at rank 3. Nidalee's spears do more damage at earlier ranks. Gwen has lower base damage and lots of nerf to her Q. Sonic the Hedgehog's hitbox got reduced during Powerball, so will no longer automatically path around minions. Tom Kench no longer gets movement speed when running away from enemies with an ally in his gut. Deadman's Plate has less health. Farside Trinket now has an increased cooldown and lost nearly half of its vision radius. Several changes to the masteries include changes in the Ferocity tree to reduce the cooldown of Feast, slightly different damage scaling on Deathfire Touch, and Fervor of Battle only procs on champion hits, but gives 2 stacks for melee or spell hits. In the Cunning tree, Precision's Armor Pen has better ratios. Thunderlord's AD ratio is up to 30% from 20, and Windspeaker's Blessing now gives flat armor and MR instead of percent bonuses. Now included in this tree is Assassin, where you deal bonus damage when no allied champions are near you. In Resolve, Unyielding got slightly less bonus armor and MR at all ranks. Explorer got more move speed, Veteran Scars now gives flat health instead of percent, and Bond of Stone now gives 3% damage reduction solo, but only 6% reduction in transfer when near an ally. Everything else in this patch doesn't matter. Now get back in that jungle and go pop some poppies.